Welcome. I'm Tracy Rafter. I'm the founding CEO of BizFed. And we, oh, thanks, Andy. Awesome. I bring my fan club with me wherever I go, you know, it's awesome. So while many of you know about BizFed, I'm going to just remind you a little bit of where we're at. So, you know, we're a massive grassroots alliance, a network of business networks. So currently today we've organized 139 different chambers of commerce, industry trade associations, minority business groups, business improvement districts, and the like. We're in all 88 cities in the county. Collectively, we represent 268,000 companies are actually members in BizFed. They're employing 3 million people, again, right here in LA County. So what we're all about is sharing intelligence with one another anywhere the private sector, an employer, a company doing any kind of business in the county, connects with any level of government. So that could be your local city, you know, maybe it's your mayor in Pasadena. It might be a county board of supervisors. It could be state, you know, assembly, senate, could be state officials, might be federal Congress people, the President of the United States. But then also it's all the regulatory boards and agencies, like, you know, the water quality boards, the air quality management district, might be the coastal commission, and so on. So any level of government that business is intersecting, that's what we're here to coordinate efforts where business owners need to know what's going on first. We start with intelligence. And then when there's things to be dealt with, there's either public policy, laws, regulations that need to be improved, changed, eliminated, whatever the context is, all for a healthy, robust economy right here in Southern California. That's when BizFed gets involved. Now, not all of you know BizFed Institute, though. And see, BizFed Institute is bringing our Next Up Forum. Hi, how are you? Our Next Up Forums. The BizFed Institute is specifically formed to complement BizFed, which is an advocacy organization. The Institute is a C3, so we just do polling, research, complicated intelligence. We then gather a variety of civically minded folks from the nonprofit sector, from the academic sector, from, you know, thought leaders, businesses, labor unions, whoever's engaged civically in our society to make our communities hum. And so the Institute brings them all together, environmental organizations, you name it. So everyone comes into BizFed Institute with, you know, every viewpoint there is. We try to do intelligence in a deeper, more mature, focused way so that we can get at solving important problems. Some of the things the Institute's done today, just to give you an example, we have looked at the affordable housing issue, the serious lack thereof it, not only affordable housing, but housing affordability. We've looked at this resource we have in California called the Monterey Shale and all the natural resources that are contained in there and how we do extraction and whether we should or not and how do we get at those resources and utilize them. We've done water before, like our serious just water access and reliability that then led us to get on the ground and work real focused to get a water bond passed last year. And so today we're sort of going to the next stage in water with now this drought that we're dealing with, but not only the drought we've been talking about for a couple of years, but the pressing situation with the forced reductions, the conservation requirements, and what does it mean when Governor Brown declares a statewide drought emergency? And what does it mean to senior state, regional, local leaders, business stakeholders, business leaders, and how do we get at understanding first what does it mean to us? We hear a lot about it, but a lot of times in the news it's, you know, snippets and you don't know what that means to you. So today we have excellent experts today. I love BizFed because people come here from everywhere. If they're at the top of their game, if they're the premier expert in their field, they want to come talk and share that information with you. The other thing we do today is purposely keep these forums intimate like this because you're as much a part of the program as the presenters, the panelists, and the speakers. We always leave room for live Q&A and real dialogue so that we can get at the issues that are on your mind after we give you some intelligence. So please be ready to participate and get involved. We also do extensive communication whenever we gather. There's, again, several 100,000 people that aren't in the room here today that are interested. So what do we do with the information we gather? You'll see that we're filming today, and we will then take all the intelligence that we glean today, we'll edit it into many manageable YouTube videos, and we post it on YouTube so anyone can access the intelligence long after today. We also gather the substance of what's discussed and presented, and we'll put together a formal white paper so it sits as a resource document for anyone to access after today. And then, of course, anything that we decide that bubbles up as a potential solution, we'll kick it over into BizFed and the advocacy arm to, get at it and tackle and try to bring about some real solutions. I want to also remind you there's a second forum after this one. Steve Samuelian from California Consultants is an active BizFed member, and he's organized sort of a step 2 of today, which is the bond that passed, the $7.54 billion bond to do water solutions for reliability and access. Now, where's that money? How's it flowing? How do we get at it? Many of you are the contractors and the businesses that are going to provide those solutions that the voters of California said we want to invest in. So the second, the afternoon group, you're welcome to stay, any and all of you, to dig into those materials. But today we're going to focus on the drought compliance. So I want to give, and I have a few shout outs to give, right? Because these things don't come together, just I don't get to wave my magic wand and boom, we're here, right? There's a lot of work and a lot of people that get focused to bring it together today. So first off, I'd like Gilbert Ivey just to stand up and give a wave. Gilbert is BizFed Chair-elect, and so he is our fearless leader in 2016, but he's on full-on ramp-up mode in 2015. But he also has a day job, and his day job is he's the Chief Administrative Officer for Metropolitan Water District, and so he's a subject matter expert also in the room, so he gets a double thank you. Now, our sponsors today, though, of course, you see the signs and events that nothing happens without them. So I want to give a thank you to Metropolitan Water District, Cadiz, Inc., San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District, Southern California Pipe Trades District Council 16, California Consulting, and Randy Witt Productions. May I have a round of applause for our sponsors? We're also fortunate to have elected officials with us today. We always have a mix. Remember, we're a bridge of the private sector and the public sector. And so every time we gather, we have both in the room because we're here to work together, not against each other. And so I want to recognize John Luong from the San Gabriel Municipal Water District. John. And Michael Turney from the Metropolitan Water District. Michael? Tui. Several others will be joining us as we go throughout the day. I also want to alert you all that we do have media in the house. So we have Stephen from the Los Angeles News Group sitting right here. He's actively covering today and will be reporting on it for the 9 newspapers that are included in the Los Angeles News Group. You know them, the Daily News, the Pasadena Star News, Torrance Daily Breeze, Long Beach Press Telegram, San Gabriel Valley Tribune, and so on. So we're glad to have you here, Stephen. Thanks for joining us. All right, now, of course, today we have this awesome venue at Aon, and I hope you're enjoying those seats that like suck you into the table. You got to work your abs because you have to push yourself in and out all the time, right? So it's just to keep you awake, make sure you have a little fun while you're here today, keep you on your toes. But specifically, Joe Hauer and his team at Ramble and Byron. Besides, Joe does so many amazing things. He co-chairs our Energy and Environment Committee at BizFed, which you might imagine is slightly busy at all times at any given day. And he gives of his time tremendously there. But he also made this venue happen. And I'd like to ask Joe to come up, say a few words, and then we're getting right into our program. He's going to introduce our first presenter, and away we go.
Thanks, Tracy, and I would like to welcome all of you to the Aon building. This is also our offices up 49 floors above here, I guess 50 floors above here. One little bit of trivia, for those of you who may remember the movie The Towering Inferno, this is the building that inspired that movie. They had a little small fire a while ago, but they've improved the fire systems tremendously since then. So, Ramble Environ was formed at the first of this year by the merger of Environ, which was my employer, and a Danish firm called Ramble. Ramble is a very old firm. They focus on engineering and environmental design and a concept they call livable cities. And one of the important parts of living in a city is water. So Ramble Environ has a big focus on everything from water resources management, water supply, stormwater management, wastewater treatment and reuse. And certainly we're hoping to bring all those skills to bear to help the state of California in the next few years.